Hello students, today we will be starting with our unit number 1 of wireless and mobile networks, that is basics of PCS and GSM, which is having a weightage of 12 marks. Let us start first with the chapter outcomes. The first chapter outcome is to describe the function of the given component in PCS and GSM architecture. Second is to classify the given GSM logical channel. Next is to describe the given step of call processing in GSM. And the last is to explain the significance of the given type of area in cellular network. So unit 1 topic covers these various topics like PCS, GSM, mobility management and network signaling. The learning outcome of this chapter is to understand the basic concept of wireless and mobile networks, to understand the basic concepts of PCS and GSM, to study PCS and GSM network architectures, to learn about handoff and roaming, to understand the concept of mobility management and network signaling. So let us start with the introduction. So wireless and mobile communication networks have tremendous success in today's communication market, both in general or professional usage. Wireless refers to a communications, monitoring or control system in which electromagnetic waves carry a signal through atmospheric space rather than a long wire. The evolution of radio and mobile core network technologies over the last 2 decades has enabled the development of ubiquitous personal communication services, that is PCS. A PCS can provide the mobile user with voice, data and multimedia services at any time, any place and in any format. The ultimate goal is to provide a PCS which will move information of all kinds to and from people in all locations through an advanced wireless network supporting a wide range of services. Let us start with the first topic, that is PCS, Personal Communication Services. Personal Communication Services refers to a wide variety of wireless access and personal mobility services provided to a small terminal with the goal of enabling communications at any time, at any place and in any form. PCS technologies have grown rapidly in the telecommunications industry. The objective of PCS is to enable communication with a person at any time, at any place and in any form. It also manages their individual call services according to their service by providing unlimited reachability and accessibility. The key factors of PCS are given below. First is reachability with respect to location, that is home, office and public in transit, anywhere it can be used. Accessibility with respect to the device, it can be used in any of these devices like cellular phone, wired phone, fax machines, etc. And third is the management of service. Features of PCS. The salient features of PCS are as follows. First is the roaming ability. So the roaming service should be greatly expanded to provide universal accessibility, diverse environment. You can use PCS in all types of environment like rural, urban, commercial, residential, mountains and recreational areas. It can be used in various cell sizes. It can be used in any portable handsets. It has a FCC frequency allocation allocated a 120 megahertz for licensed operation and another 20 megahertz for unlicensed operation, to giving a total of 140 megahertz for PCS, which is 3 times the spectrum currently allocated for cellular networks. Now let us see the advantages of PCS. PCS offers a number of advantages over traditional cellular communication. That is, it is a truly personal service combining the lightweight phones with advanced features such as paging and voicemail that can be tailored to each individual customer. It can be used with less background noise and fewer dropped calls. It is an affordable, fully integrated voice and text messaging that works just about anywhere, anytime. It is a more secure, all digital network that minimizes chances of eavesdropping or number cloning, an advanced radio network that uses smaller cell sites. So this is a PCS architecture. in which we are having the mobile station SIM, BTS, BSC, MSC, GMSC, HLR, VLR, then PSTN, etc. So the PCS architecture is basically divided into two parts, that is radio network and wireline transport network. Radio network, PCS uses mobile stations to communicate with the base stations. MS is also referred here as a handset, mobile phone, subscriber unit or portable unit. Modern MS technology allows the air interface to be updated remotely. The mobile station can be remotely monitored by the system maintenance and diagnostic capabilities. Wireline transport network. The base stations usually reach the wireline transport network via land links or dedicated microwave links. Mobile switching center MSC connected to the base station is a special switch tailored to the mobile application. Yes, so this is about wireline transport network. Thank you. For any queries, you can find me at kalyani.vaidya@vpt.edu.in.